Hello, hello and welcome to Stampin' and Crafting with Cheryl Diana. I'm Cheryl Diana, and today I thought we would do some colouring techniques and use some of our stash, whether it's current or retired. Stampin' Up has done some gorgeous black and white designer series paper that you can colour in. So I thought I'd use their current one to have a go at showing you how we can colour it in. So let's go and have a look. Okay, so I've got a croaky voice because they're harvesting, and which makes so much dust, and then the dust catches fire, and then we've had quite a few field fires. So if my voice goes, I do apologise. So this paper is the artisan sketched garden paper. Okay, so all black and white. So we've got some lovely flowers, and then we've got some stripes. Got a whole sheet of flower heads, and then we've got some black and white ones. Some other stamped images, and then we've got a simple leaf pattern. You just see it's a little leaf. We've got more flowers and dots on the other side. And we've got bunches of flowers with some leaves on the back. And we've got these gorgeous vases of flowers with little flowers, just the petals. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have a go at making some cards with this. Now, I want to do, I'm not going to cut that one down. I'm going to cut around that one with scissors, I think. This one I know I can cut down as a card. As a card mat layer. So if I do it, do a portrait card. And then this one we're going to cut with scissors, so I don't cut the flowers in half. This one we can cut. So the best way is if you cut your 12 by 12s into 4-inch strips, you can get your flowers to fit your card bases and not waste too much. Okay, so that is one that I'm going to cut round. Right, so I should have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 4 I need to cut with my snips. So I'm just literally going to go, because we've got 3 different flowers on this one. I'm literally going to cut round them. I'm afraid there's no dies. So you can either cut each one out, or you can use them as a layer and just colour the layer in. Because we've got more flowers on this side. Put you to that side. So much black and white going on. Focus. That's better. I think my phone has gone to sleep. It's looking. That's better. Right, which one do I need to go? Need to cut it that way up. So I have spent a weekend away with some other UK and Ireland demos, and we have been having a ball. We made some lovely make and takes with some of the upcoming September to December products. We were given some designer series paper, and we were given a stamp set at the end from all the ones that we've been using. And demos can now do a pre-order for the next catalogue. But I've just had a quick look, and the products that we used are not available on the pre-order yet. So we've got sneak previews. So I'm just going to cut this one. Oh, they're totally different. I thought they repeated, but they don't. So we've got 2 lips there, 2 lips there, and 2 lips there. I think I'm just going to cut out one line. Okay. So these will be good if you want to do a monochromatic card, which, as you know, I do one every week as part of an Instagram hop. And I am going to work smarter this week because I'm going to be using Calypso Coral, because that's one of the colours. Well, that is the colour we are using this week. So which one shall I start with? I think I'm going to start with, quite like these. Let's put those to one side. Pop them on my laptop and then hubby moans. Right, let's sit there. So having this one. Whoops. That one's sliding off. Okay, right. Use this one. So we could use a watercolour pencils. I'm just checking. It definitely says there was a Calypso Coral one. There we go. So we could use that to colour in. So I think if we're going to go for this one to colour it in. And then we'll do blends. Because blends you can build up layers and get a really different effect. And they can use a water painter to make these lighter, or like me, a blender pen, because I find you get stronger colour. So, I'm just colouring it in, and obviously you'll take much more time to do these. You will. There we go, there's one. I know these would basically be green, wouldn't they? So that's just, that one's going to be Calypso Coral. So it's going to test me which bits I'm going to colour using just one colour. And they look like seed heads, don't they? So it's just put in there. Or then the one's trying to come out. Okay, so I want to make it a bit darker on the inside here. So I'm pressing just a little bit harder. There we go. I'm using my blender pen. Literally just go over it and blend it all in, like so. There we go. So if I hold this up, you should be able to see how much darker it's going. This side I've done, this side I haven't. Okay. There we go. Put it there. And we can fussy cut it out. Pop that side. Now I think we're going to go for this one here. Let's do a nice big one. Let's do that. Like so. Right, let's use our blends. And then you can see the difference. So with the blends, I'm just going to do. I prefer my bullet end. We can have a different dark bit there. We can do this darker. We can, and do that bit darker there. And we do that. And then let's just do some of that darker there. Put a little bit where the line is. This one we put, so we make that darker in the middle. And then put dark around there. Let's do a bit dark there. And this one we'll do some dark there. And let's do some light blending now. All right. And I think I might need to get another one of these with the sounds, because it's scratching. Put some light there. So what have you been up this week? Yes. Oh, we've got some holidays now. So the children are off school. So I came back from 3 days away. The grandchildren are sleeping over, and then we went out for the whole day. So I'm rather tired today. Yeah. But it's great meeting up with other demonstrators and people that I've known for years now. And obviously making new friends. So that was nice. Ate too much, of course. And the hotel, as you know, I'm fueled by Starbucks, was in the middle of 4 Starbucks. But I only managed to find 2. Well, 2 without looking for them. There we go. So you can see how the blends are just that bit darker. So, I said, oh, we had afternoon tea on Friday, which was absolutely gorgeous. It was. So some of us went up early for the afternoon tea, and it was more like afternoon dinner tea, because I know my team, we left gone 8, and the others, they were staying there, but we didn't need any dinner because the tea was filling. So, and I went up by train, and I know the fen roads are very bumpy, but oh dear, the train track was like being on a roller coaster. And to start with, but it's interesting to see the further I went towards Birmingham, away from the fens, how much earlier they've been harvesting. Because obviously their temperatures have not been as hot as we've had down here. And as I mentioned before, the farmers need to have a certain moisture content in the grain for it to give them the most sort of costs back, because they don't have to sort of dry out, make it damper, all these technical things that we have to do, rather than like years ago when it was the agricultural labourers who used to go round and cut it by hand. And then, of course, as we were driving back yesterday from taking our older two grandchildren to a gorgeous farm near us, we saw a fire engine, and then we saw the fields on fire. Luckily, it didn't stop us from driving, so it was all right. Right. And I've just realised, as I'm colouring, it looks like that it's got a dark smudge, but that's because the blend's made it wetter. Because that one I thought I'd smudged it, but I haven't. So there we go. Excuse me, coughing. It's one of the little annoying things we get by living in the countryside. It's all the dust and pollen. So, I do love being by the fens, because we have, obviously the fens is flat. We get the most gorgeous skies, because you can see for miles. You can. And then, of course, we hear the fire engines go out, because we have a village station just a few hundred yards away from us. So you hear them go out. And then, of course, this time of year, we have all the tractors on the roads, which some people moan about them. But we need them for our food. So we've been seeing spring barley wheat. My voice is going. Wheat. There's a lot. There's lots of potatoes around this year, and maize or sweet corn. We haven't worked out which yet because it's not showing us the what's sort of what it's going to be. But it looks like sweet corn, but it's not so high. And this year, I used to drive past a sunflower field, but it's not there this year. So it might be its year of having a break. Right. So do you like die cutting, punching, or fussy cutting your shapes out? I don't mind fussy cutting because sometimes I find it's quicker than getting cut and emboss out and all the plates and the sellotape and the die down. So it cuts around it. And this can often be quicker. Apart from this is a big image. But you can sort of do this and listen to something like TV or music or an audio book. So, and these snips are really good to get around your image. Now, summing up, the manufacturer stopped making these snips, and Stampin' Up have now brought out their version of them. I can't say I've tried them because I've got this pair here which I use for everything. But then some demos they have one for their ribbon, one for their cardstock. But this pair I've had a few years. I didn't get them when I first became a customer, which was nearly 18 years ago, because I had other brands. But I must admit, these are excellent for fussy cutting little bits out. Yeah. There we go. That's going to look lovely on card, won't it? So it's colouring the leaves. Now, it's a monochromatic one, so I'm going to use my smoky slate. I know it's a different colour to normal, but I think that might just work a bit. Let's use the light on just on these leaves. Like so. I'm just going to put a line where they go. Like so. And there's a few lines that I'm not sure what they're there for, but we'll do them anyway. So literally, you can make cards without using a stamped image. Which is handy if you want to do a job lot of them. There we go. And then we can get some Clipto coral cardstock. I need to make sure that I am using So I've got an older pack I found, and it's just the shade darker. So this one, this was going to be, I'll cut this down. This was going to be a card, but then I changed my mind. So let's cut this down into a matte layer. This card by 10. That's it, yeah. Now you're going to pop this on here, like so. Now we want a sentiment. So we could have happy birthday from this stamp set, or we could have a banner saying, or we could use product of the month, but they tend to be quite big. As have we got? We have got Greenery Lane. Oh, we haven't done Greenery Lane. Wishing you out, love and hugs. This one. Sending salutations. So let's go for to a marvellous person on their birthday, I think. I think we can put something down here. Now, where is my pot of die cuts? I've got a little pot somewhere, which I had to tidy up. Oh, there it is. It's up there. So I don't want to move those. So what have we got that we can have? Let's put that there so I don't lose that. So I know I've had a sort out of shapes. So we have got a circle. We've got one strips. Those shapes. Yes, what are these ones? They're a nice shape, aren't they? So I just have a little pot, as you can see, with all my little stampy bits in. See, I've cleared out some kits. I've got those already done. So let's just pop that back up there. No, let's pop it over there. I'm thinking, it says we like this one, didn't we? So that can go there. That can go over there. Yep. And then I'm thinking, now I haven't got any up-to-date ribbon, but it doesn't matter because we're going to be using our stash. So I'm thinking we could use this ribbon. Let's cut a bit off and see what it looks like. Oh, I think that is the very vanilla and black. You can see the clips of coral coming through on the white bit. So this bit, see what this bit looks like. Oops. Which bit do we like? I think. Or we can colour it. We can colour it with our blends. So let's have a go at this one. Now I'm going to do this on my glass mat, but basically let's go for the light version. You literally, I know it's going to come silicone mat. Will that do it? Where's my silicone mat? Here it is. Should be able to get it off of that. So literally all you do is you just colour it in. And I do use the brush end for this. You can see how it's draining the ink out of it. Sounds like a lorry reversing. Just colour it. So as you know, you can colour your gems. You can also colour your ribbons. So that looks much better, doesn't it? So I think if we have that there, we have that sentiment there, we can have this going up like that. I think that's going to look really pretty. Now I have tried colouring this in with ink and it takes ages and ages to dry. So let's get my stamping mat out. I found one of my stamping mats in my granddaughter's craft drawers under tools. So she's obviously listening to me when I'm saying, can you please use stamping mat if it's not your rubber stamps. So which one did we say we were going to use? I can't remember. Which one? I bet it won't fit my block. To a marvellous person on their birthday. It's that one. Is that going to fit it? Oh, is that going to fit? Am I going to be? Oh, I might just be able to get that on. Okay, so a block. And let's use Calypso Coral. This is a colour I don't use that often, but it is a nice colour. So that probably means my ink pad is probably needs replacing. But I'm not going to replace it because I want to. Because I'll probably have to replace it next year when we get our magnetic ink pads, which Stampin Up's already told us about. So I think like that. Yes, that did fit in it. Is it going to show? That's good. Now, I might do one in black, to be honest, because I think that is too pale. So I'm sure I had some more of these. I don't have more of those ones. There we go. You see, it might have been better had I put these in colour order. But I'm trying to keep it just in one pot. I don't know where the other ones are. That's a big one. Sure, I had more out, didn't I? Got that one, got that type of one. Okay. I was definitely chucking them back in here, wasn't I? This bit. There we go. That's not the same, but it's similar. Yeah, I think that's it. So, is that going to fit on there? I don't like that one. Just going to have that. I think that might look nicer. Let's do it with, now I prefer Memento ink. I've got the hybrid ink, but I find it smudges. So I've let Stampin' Up know that I find it hard, and hopefully they'll be able to tell me how to make it better. Can I turn that one over? It's noticeable where I've cut it. Try that. There we go. That looks nicer. It does. Okay, so you can go back in the pot. You can go back in the pot. That one can just, I might do something with that later. So this is, we've got this, we've got our ribbon, which has now gone quite stiff. And we pop that over there, and we get some tear and tape. Now this is one from the kits. You can use glue dots. So we just put a couple of bits on either end. And this one, take your pick. Like that. And I want this to go roughly across the middle. That's all right. I'll put it like that. Yep. Happy with that. And we want that to go on there, don't we? Now this I'm going to glue. So it just comes from under the ribbon. So let's just do that. And as you can see, the blend, it will come through. And that reminds me, I need to get some more glue. Must remember to do at least one or two in my orders, so I don't run out. Just pop that just under there. Go like that. And then this one, put that on there. This we'll raise with dimensionals. Oops, down here. Dimensionals, let's use the big ones. So this is the dimensionals from the kit we used last week, which was the birthday fancy kit. I'm actually going to go a little bit, let's put them right by the edge. Like so. And you know I use a lot because I don't want it to sort of squish in the middle. So let's pop that like so. So it's a bit lower down. There we go. Now gems. Could use current gems, or we could get some from our stash. So let's just have a look what we've got. Oops. I think we'll get some from our stash, from our retired ones. Which I've got a massive A4 box full. So let's have it. Have we got any that go with Kipso? So this is butterflies. I've got some of those. I've got some black and white ones. It should be quite good with the monochromatic ones. Got some of those faceted ones. We've got lovely red gems, ready for Christmas. Some of those ones. Got some from a kit. I got in here. Nope. What's the colour? Pretty, no, I'm not using those ones, but they're pretty peacocks, so we can use them on another one. Yep, they're the ones we're going to look at. So, shall we go with, I don't think those. They would. Oh, do you think? No, don't like those at all. With that. Those are going to go quite nicely. I think we might go with either these gorgeous butterflies. We could. Or these matte ones. Using their white dots. Couldn't we? Yeah, we'll do that. Let's just put those all there. I will clear them up before I go back to my desk. If I'm going to get some bigger ones of those. Let's use the smaller ones. So I'll do 1, 2, 3. Whoops, 3, 4. And we'll do one down here. 5. I've got 5 on that one. And I should have a basic white card base. Is it going to be the right? Yeah, I've got one here. So then we can pop that on there. And then we have got a. That's not right. No, that's from when I was doing my 10 by 10 cards. My layer won't fit on that, so let's try this. Better. That's better, yeah. Right, so let's just do that one. Let's put that down on to the card. And that will be my Calypso Coral monochromatic birthday card. So, right, where's the other bit we had? The other thing. Okay, so let's do some greens with this one. So, We can make a little gift tag for this. We can just do it darker. So that is Granny Apple Green and Garden Green. And then the blender pen. Go like that. That lemon. And that Granny Apple Green is really bright, isn't it? Just going to leave it like that. I'm going to do a quick cut round because I'm not going to go in between all those leaves. Like so. There's another tractor going by. Not sure if you can hear it. So in the field they'll have a combine harvester, either a separate one or one on the tractor. And then they'll have two tractors, each with a trailer. So one's filling up while the other's taking it back to the farm, and then they swap over. And so far they haven't been harvesting at night because the weather's been so nice. Yes. So let's just go down here. Round. One bit I missed. I want to come in there a bit, didn't I? Just come in there a little bit. Let's just cut that bit out there. Go. Why is it when you're hurrying you always end up making a bit of a mistake? Oh, come on, cut off. There we go. So this one, so let's do a bottle tag. So I need a strip. And that is the same colour, yes. They changed manufacturers. So let's grab a strip and a bottle tag. So I think I want it to be 6. And I want to score it at 6. And then make that about how long do I need it? A bit longer, I think. It's about, that's going to be about 10.5. Let's do 10.5. There we go. And we need a circle punch to go over the bottle. So let's just do this properly. Let's have a ruler and a pencil, and I need to mark where the middle is. So it's going to be like there, and then this one's going to go like so. See there? See, you think you've got the middle, but you haven't. And then we can pop that in roughly in the middle of circle. Then that makes a matte layer, and we can pop that on there. Glue down here. Put that so it goes like that. Just trim those edges because the punch didn't cut it up very well. So where is my nail file? Oh, I know. Where did they go? I got in one of my swaps some little sanding blocks from a two-tone, but you can also use it to just get rid of any fluffy bits, so you don't use your whole your brand new nail files like I tend to do. There we go. And now we have a bottle tag to go with our card. Just fold it down, burnish it. So there we have our monochromatic Calypso Coral black and white DSP card and gift tag, bottle tag. So I hope you have enjoyed seeing how I coloured those in. So we've got the card with the Calypso Coral blends and the bottle tag with the Calypso Coral water pencil and Granny Apple Green and Garden Green pencils. So until next week, hopefully my voice will come back. So until then, take care and keep stamping and crafting. Bye.